flip that. I'm a little bit different, they get it. No, I'm stiff on the bitch and she dig. Tryna find out why baby ain't all.
Alright, so today guys, we're gonna be making a pulled chicken sandwich with some Haitian flavor seasoning. So first of all, we're gonna wash our hands, make sure our hands are clean, and then we'll get right into it. Now we got our hands washed, we're gonna get to it. So what I'm gonna do is make sure all my seasonings are well mixed together. So we're gonna use the basics. So a lot of you guys might just prefer the powder seasoning or whatsoever, but me personally, I prefer the Haitian style seasoning. So what it is a combination of green vegetables blended together with some spices in it, and then we can put it in the fridge for however long you want, and then whenever you're ready to use it, pull it out and then you just use it. So as I'm gonna show you guys, I got some in my shoje. I got some of it in there with a little bit of olive oil and some chicken bouillon with a little bit of sazon. It's like a combination of vegetables as well. And then the accent. And also I've used a little garlic powder. And then also I use Laurie's seasoning salt just for extra taste. So when you put all of them in the pot or whatever you're gonna use, you want to make sure you mix it all together. And also you could add a little bit of mayonnaise if you like, but me, I don't really like the mayonnaise taste. And you mix it all together. So for this, once you get your mix of the vegetables and the seasonings together, what you need to do is you could get some just fresh chicken from the store, and then you cooked it, and then you pulled it yourself. But me, what I did is I bought a rotisserie chicken, and then I just pulled it like this to where you get nice even pieces. And then what you'll do next, once you make sure your seasoning is well mixed and the flavor is right, all you have to do is pull the chicken into it, and then you just stir it all up together. And then what you'll do is you'll put it on the stove, cook it for about 20 to 25 minutes just to make sure the meat get all that texture in it and all that. So as I'm gonna get that ready, we'll be right back with some more. All right, now that we're back, we're gonna pour our chicken and our vegetable mix seasoning. The chicken's already cooked, so what we want is the seasoning that we've prepared to really get into it so we can have our own taste preference. We're gonna mix it. And if you want, you could add a little water so you can just let it come to a boil. So you just want it to be well mixed, just like that. I have to turn it a few times. I don't know, whatever way is easier for you. Just make sure you mix it real well. And then after you've done that, and one thing that I forgot to mention earlier is you could add a little bit of pepper. Don't matter what kind of pepper, it's your preference. If you like hot pepper or sweet pepper, bell pepper, red bell pepper, green, whatever it is. Me, I just like Louisiana sauce. It's not too spicy and it's just the right taste for me, because I don't really like spicy food. So once you get that mixed in, you should get something like this. Okay? So after that, that's when you're gonna go ahead and throw it on the stove for about, like I said, 20 to 25 minutes. You wanna make sure you add a little water in it so it comes to a boiling. And then after that, you just add whatever it is that you wanna add in it. Could be onions, green bell pepper, red bell pepper, and once I'm chopping my vegetables, I'll go ahead and show you guys how I'm doing that, and then I'll show you when this is getting to a boiling position. So I'll be right back with some more footage. Alright guys, so I've added some water into it. So just so when it's boiling, it has some water to boil the meat. So it should look something like this. So we're gonna throw it on the stove, probably medium high heat for about 20-25 minutes. And then by then we should be ready to add our vegetables into it, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so now we have our chicken cooking up. We're just gonna be chopping our vegetables that we're gonna use for our little sauce, and then we're gonna put some in the chicken while it's cooking. So already washed them, cleaned them whatsoever, and sliced them into pieces. So now I'm about to dice them real little squarish pieces so I can use in my chicken sauce. So I'll cut them like this, and then after that you just cut them little pieces of squares. Be careful so you don't cut your fingers, because I did. Just like that. And then this one, we'll slice it one more time. So you'll do that for all the vegetables that you're going to be using. Now you could use a small, I don't know, half of a small bell pepper, or just one. It don't matter. It's all about how much you like. Me, I'm a big fan, so I'll use one. And then same thing, I'll use half of the red bell pepper. Same thing, just slice them into small pieces, just so when we put it in our chicken, it'll get cooked evenly, because you don't want anything to cooked before the rest. Otherwise they're gonna be mushy and the rest is gonna be a little bit solid texture to them. So I want to dice them evenly. Now, as I mentioned, always wash your vegetables first, which I've already done, so that's why I'm just getting straight to the chopping position. Just like that. Now, this is a sharp knife. You always want to make sure you use a sharp knife, so you don't want to have a dull knife, you know, trying to force it to cut through your vegetables. It'll take forever. Now with a sharp knife, all you have to do is barely touches your vegetables. And as you can see, we're getting somewhere. Alright. Last few pieces of our red bell peppers. And in a minute, I'm going to show you guys how my chicken is boiling and what it's looking like. Give me just a second. Let's finish our last pieces of red pepper. And then once we're back, we'll do the onions as well. So we have all of our vegetables ready to roll. Okay. Quick wash. Alright now guys, I'm going to show you guys how my chicken's looking like. So it is in my pot. Now it's coming to a boiling. We're gonna put that to the side. And as you guys can see, let's get it to focus. You see, you want it to boil nice and slow. You don't want to put it on high heat to where the water is gonna dry out quickly, and then your chicken is not gonna get the full texture of your seasoning. Now we're just gonna let it cook for some more. We're about 10 minutes into it now. We want at least a good 20 to 25 minutes on medium high heat. So about a 7 if you have an oven looking like this. So now it's boiling. And then we're gonna go back into chopping our onions and the rest of our vegetables. So we'll be right back. All right, so now we're back. You can see my red and green pepper. I have my red onions, which I'm about to chop in a minute. So this dish, it's kind of like something that I've been wanting to make for a while now, just because I like to make quick and easy meal. Due to work and school, I don't really have much time to really cook a lot. So, and it's easy to make. Anybody can make it. Just buy your pulled chicken, your vegetables, whatever you like, seasoning, make it. And then you just buy your favorite bread. Just throw it in the oven, just get a little toast, a little butter on it. And then you could use barbecue sauce or honey mustard, whatever you like. But me, I'm gonna make a little special sauce to put on my bread first, and then let it toast in the oven for a quick 5 to 6 minutes. You don't want it to get extra crispy, but you want it to be nice and warm. So when you're eating it, everything is nice and warm. So I've already chopped my green and red peppers. Now let's get to the onions. Now, for some reasons, every time I'm cooking with onions, it always makes me tear up a little bit. I don't know why, but since I've already used half of this red onion, hopefully it's not gonna do the same. So let's get into chopping. Now, always rinse out your vegetables before cooking with them. Rinse it out real nice. Place it on your cutting board. Now, me personally, I'll cut it in half. And then after that, I'll dice it down real thin. Nothing extra. Not looking for any type of shapes or whatsoever. You just want to dice up your onions so they cook nice and evenly. Alright, I think that should be about enough because I don't really want to have a lot of onions in it. So what you'll do is you chop them about like this. That's okay, because they're gonna get cooked anyways. We got a few little pieces here. So let's just chop them up real quick. Once you do that, you'll be ready to start making your sauce. Or you can just wait whenever your chicken is getting close to being done, and then you can do that. So we're just gonna put the rest of our onions there, and then dry up real quick, just a little extra wet spot, and then we'll just wait. And let's just place our onions in between our peppers so we'll know everything is ready to roll. And as I mentioned before, guys, you can always add green onions. Now, since I already added my Haitian type of seasoning, I'm not gonna add green onions because I already have plenty of green onions in the spice. So we're gonna skip the green onions. But for garnishing at the end, depends where you're gonna serve your meat. You can chop up some or parsley, and most importantly, basil makes some really, really nice garnishing. And the smell of it, it's awesome. So we're gonna be making sure our chicken is cooking properly. We got our vegetable chopped up, and then we'll be right back. Alrighty now, guys, so now I'm getting ready to make the type of sauce that I'm gonna use to put on my bread so I can toast it a little bit. So in a small pan, we're just gonna heat it up with some butter in it. As you can see, you can use whatever type of butter you want. Alrighty now guys, I'm getting ready to make the sauce that I'm gonna be using to put on our bread. So you can put it on the bread before you toast it or after, but me, I'll prefer to put it after just because I don't want the bread to be dry while it's toasting with the sauce on it, which I don't think it will, but we'll see how it goes. So in a small pan, we're just gonna heat it up with some butter in it. And then next up, when it's, I don't know, give it like 30 seconds for the butter to melt. And then when you see a little steam coming out your pan, what you'll do is you'll add some of Philadelphia original cream cheese. Now that's my favorite cream cheese. So we're gonna add that in there. And then one thing that I used to enjoy eating back home when I was growing up in Haiti was the Laughing Cow, which we call La Vache qui rit. That was my favorite cheese. So we're gonna take a little bit of our cream cheese, put it on our pan, and hopefully in about 5 minutes we'll have the sauce ready. So what you'll do, you just want to move it around so you know you can get it from the block to a nice and smooth creamy sauce. And after you get that down to the creamy sauce, what you want to do is you want to add your Laughing Cow cheese in it. And then if it's too thick, you could go ahead and add a little bit of carnation milk in it just to get it to where, you know, it's kind of like a buttery type of sauce. So when you put it on your bread, it'll be nice and smooth and creamy, and you can get the full texture on the bread. So we're just gonna be moving that around the pan until we'll get nice and creamy sauce. We don't want any hard pieces. So we're just gonna keep doing that. And then after that, we'll add our Laughing Cow cheese. I think this is gonna be a great little quick meal on what's today? Saturday night? Or Friday night? Yeah, Friday night. No work due to Corona. It's a shame. So, as you guys can see, we're getting to that nice and heavy, creamy type of texture that we want. So, if it's really, really thick, like I said, you could go ahead and add a little bit of carnation milk, and then after that, just let it get to a little boiling point. Don't let it boil too much, because if you do, it's gonna be too thick, or you might even burn it. So when you do that, once you get down to that nice creamy part, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so we added a little bit of carnation milk in it just to help us get it down to a nice creamy texture, because it was too thick earlier. Now you don't want to add too much, just a little bit to where you get it like this. And then what we're gonna add next to it is a little bit of garlic powder, just granulated garlic powder. You can get that from Walmart, Sam's Club, wherever you like. So we're just gonna put a little bit of that just for flavor, not a whole lot. And then we can also use a little bit of accent if you want, which I'm a big fan of the accent. I don't know why. So we're gonna add a little bit of accent in there. Not a whole lot, just enough to get the flavor. And then we're just gonna keep on mixing it. We're gonna keep on mixing it. And then, as you guys can see, we're getting that nice creamy sauce. So now I think we're getting ready to add our Laughing Cow in. So let's get that in there. Ooh. Now we're gonna add our Laughing Cow in there. Now, you guys don't know, the Laughing Cow, this is how it comes. Just little cream cheese. That's what they are. Little blocks of cream cheese. So we add that on there. and it's gonna be the same process. We just want it to get down to a creamy texture. So we just keep it moving in there. And I think I'm using the hardest route to get that. Could have put it in a microwave or something. I don't know. As long as it tastes good at the end, that's all that matters. And I think what we're gonna do is add a little bit of milk to help it, soften it a little bit. So we're gonna add a little bit more milk, a little carnation milk. And as you guys can see, she just blocked the whole view with the can. There you go. Boom. I think that should be enough. Just gonna mix it some more. And one thing before we forget, you guys should just chop up some parsley to put in our sauce to give it that greenish type of color and taste as well. So we're just gonna keep on, you know, whisking it or whatever you guys use, a spoon, just moving it around so it's not sticking to the pan. Once we get it to that nice and creamy texture that we want, we'll add the parsley in there and we'll show you guys how we're gonna finish it up. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're checking our chickens right now, and as you can see, all the water is gone. This is exactly how we wanted it. I'll try to zoom in for you guys to see. Now it's starting to get to that sizzling part, which we're not gonna let it get too dry, because you don't want to have a pulled chicken that's dry. You want some sauce in there, and you could add barbecue sauce, like I said. Me, I'm not gonna add it in there. I'll probably just put a little bit on top after I make up my sandwich. So I think right now we can call it good, and maybe we should go for a taste. I did give it a taste and it was tasting amazing. As you guys can see, you want to get that nicely brownish color in our chicken. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn off the heat, and we're just gonna leave it in here for about, I don't know, 2 more minutes so we can get our sauce ready. So now this is how our sauce is looking like. It's nice and thick. We're gonna add our parsley in it. We're just gonna move it around in there, and then after a good 30 seconds our sauce will be ready. And then just like that, we have our sauce. Alrighty guys, now this is the final stage. Our chicken is cooked with our vegetables. Our sauce is ready. Sorry guys. Sauce is ready. And our bread, they're in the oven toasting, and this one is done. So what I did was split open my bread, and I go ahead and spread some of our sauce. It's not really a sauce, it's kind of like a butter type that we made, but we add our own texture to it. So now this is our bread, our sauce, and this is our chicken. So me, I'm a big Sweet Baby Ray honey barbecue sauce type of fan, and also you can use ketchup whenever you're done with it. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is create the sandwich, and then I'll cut it in half so you guys could see the whole texture of everything. So we'll be right back.